reached out to a couple people now. No bites yet.
You need Parks and Rec.
We have an open seat on Parks and Rec.
Are we good, Stevie? Are we good? Okay, if the board members could please make sure you have your microphones on, we're going to get started. Ready, Mike? Okay, good evening. It's 6:30 p.m. on Monday, August 10th, 2026. I'd like to call to order the Village of Brookfield Board meeting. Would everyone please join me in a pledge of allegiance to the flag? I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mike. Can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Ketchmark. Here. Trustee Whitehead.
Here.
Trustee Hendricks.
Here.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Here.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Here.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Here.
President Garvey.
Here. Thank you, Mike. We do not have any appointments or presentations this evening, so at this point, I will open up the meeting to public comment. Anyone on this side have any public comment? Anybody on this side? Is Barb?
Hello, Barbara Dahm, 4513 Park Avenue. I have a couple of comments, and I want to use this opportunity to comment on the discussion or any possible discussion regarding the financing of the alley pavement. I'm on the south end of Brookfield. I did not have finished streets. My streets looked much like the alleys of Brookfield. There was a process that occurred, and in 1995, that's when we started the work, or the village started the work of finishing off our streets with storm sewers, gutters, everything. We didn't have a choice. I'm not saying that I didn't want it. Of course I wanted it, but I'm sure there were people that didn't want it because of the cost. We paid for our own expense of having the finished streets. For me, it was somewhere around anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000, and that was the frontage of your property. That's how it was based upon. The village knew the cost of what it would be, so based upon how much frontage you had, that's what you paid. It went on your property tax bill. I became Service Area 3. So every year, Service Area 3 was a separate line item on the tax bill for that dollar amount. And because I paid my share, I see no reason for any discussion about how it would improve everyone's life in Brookfield if we all chipped in and paid for everyone's alley. No one came forward for us at the south end and said, oh, it's going to benefit all of Brookfield, it's going to beautify. No one said it. It was just, here it is, it's put on the bill, and that's it. And we paid it. And many of us, I know on my block, many of us were thrilled with it because we finally got rid of the stones. You didn't have the village manager doing the stone report every week at that time of how much gravel was put down and how much it was rolled out and whatnot. All of that was eliminated. And like I said, we finally had finished streets. Personally, also, how it affected me was the flooding. My sump pump at the time, like with the rains that we had now, if we didn't have finished streets, storm sewers, my sump pump would be running 24/7 to get rid of all that water that's surrounding the building. So that's my feeling as far as financing the alleys. The next thing would be this referendum. I'm against it. And I'm against it for the following reason. In March of 2016, we voted for a referendum for the very same thing, for street improvements. Trustee Ketchmark came around. I remember him coming around because I spoke with him, not quite sure if he was trustee or something else. But he came around and he explained it to us. I specifically asked, I said, is that going to be treated like a special service area, a separate line item? No, it's going to be all part of the Village of Brookfield. I said, is it going to fall off once it's all paid? No, it's sustainable. So you're getting money. My tax bill, just for the line item of the Village of Brookfield, I'm not talking any other line items, from 2016 until 2021, I don't have the percentages on the last 3 years, my tax bill for the Village of Brookfield went up anywhere from 12 to 24%, just for the Village of Brookfield. And so therefore, I don't see, that money is there. It's a matter of how it's being used. And to say that you want money for 25 years, well, I'll tell you, I'm glad I'm not gonna be around that long. And how many of the rest of you are gonna be along? I mean, you don't know if you're gonna be hit by a bus tomorrow. And to talk about something that's going to be in the planning stages of 25 years from now, I don't like it. I think there needs to be reconsidered very seriously, and like I said, I am against that referendum totally, because you are getting the money. Trustee Ketchmark said it was sustainable, so that money was not going to drop off of the Village of Brookfield. I mean, this is almost like the tollway. The tollway constantly looking for more and more money. But you know something? I look at it from the other standpoint, because there was something recently in the paper about properties that the village bought with the intention of development. Well, the government owns those properties. That means you're not paying property taxes. We're bearing the difference of those property taxes. We're picking up the difference that those property taxes, that those properties are not paying. So unless you unload all those properties, whether there's buildings on it or if it's vacant, you unload them, then they're paying their share of the taxes. Then come to us and say you need some money for something. But we're already paying the difference of what is not getting paid to the village on specific properties owned by the government, our local government. Thank you.
Thank you, Barb. Anyone else on this side have any public comment? Okay, hearing no further public comment, we're going to move on to reports of special committees, please. Trustee Narimatsu?
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to approve the corporate warrant dated August 10th, 2026, in the amount of $1,322,209.55.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, the motion was made by Trustee Narimatsu, second by Trustee Kaluzny. Any highlights?
Not today.
Okay. Do any board members have any questions or comments related to the warrant? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark. Aye. Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I just wanted to note that the finance department received the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for the 5th straight year. So just wanted to recognize Doug and the whole finance department for that. And then just a quick thank you to Public Works staff for yet again addressing significant storm damage this past week with lots of branches and tree damage, and for working on that major water main break on Saturday. I know that was a long day for them, so just wanted to thank them for that. And as always, you can use the See-Click Fix function on the village website to address any public works issues. That ends my report.
Thank you, Trustee Narimatsu. Trustee Gilhooley, Chamber of Commerce?
Yes, the Chamber of Commerce met today and gave an update on several of the events that they are participating in and hosting around town. I wanted to mention the National Night Out. It was a little bit different this year. It was a jointly hosted and countryside. I know there were some staffing shortages, so they're talking about ways that neighboring communities can go in on this together in the future. But they did want to do a special shout out to our to our staff in police and fire on the August 1st farmers market. However, we were rained out, so that didn't go over well, but they did have some nice little gifts to provide to our first responders. So I'm grateful to the chamber for doing that. They were happy with participating in the Chicago Grit by hosting their the Business Expo just on the side of town in front of the t-shirt shop. So that went smoothly. They also hosted a July block party on Grand Avenue that also went very well, with the Little Owl especially helping to put on the event and look at it as a great opportunity going forward. So hopefully they'll continue to do those block parties. The car show is coming up. That is August 23rd. It will be on Broadway. They are still accepting registrations for the cars. There will be vendors there, and it'll just be a good time. There'll be music, there'll be some announcements, so hopefully it's a beautiful day to come out and see some great vintage cars. Next, we have the Creative Arts Festival. This is coming up in September. I forgot, I don't have the date here, but they have 51 artists registered. So this is a 2-day event over a weekend. I'm sorry, we'll get the date, but they have 2 food trucks, another food vendor, so that should be a really great time. They also had an after-hours event at Brookfield Zoo, and these were Chamber of Commerce from all around the area participated, and they had a couple of people from the Brookfield Chamber attend as well, with Annie Coakley from Oak Park, as many of us have met. They're hosting that, doing the presentation. So great multi-chamber event that they participated in. And finally, there will be a ribbon cutting recognizing the new owners of the Brookfield Barbershop on August 21st. And there are a couple more new businesses registered, and they'll have those announced very soon for when they'll do their ribbon cuttings. And that ends my report.
Thank you. I found the date on the chamber
thank you.
website. It's September 19th and 20th
Thank you.
from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Kiwanis Park, so.
Perfect. Thanks.
Thanks. Okay, thank you, Trustee Gilhooley. Trustee Hendricks?
Yes, the zoning code update, the newest draft is live on the website, the village website. The Zoning Update Commission will be reviewing that on the 27th, just prior to their regular Planning and Zoning Committee meeting. And then for the library, they would like me to note that they've got the STEAM Fest coming up again this year. It's a fun event, a couple of different sponsors, the Forest Preserves of Cook County and Illinois Department of Natural Resources. They'll be having a big Lego thing going on, crafts and games, and Maker Studio demonstrations on Saturday, August 22nd from 10 to 2. And that ends my report.
Thank you, Trustee Hendricks. Trustee Ketchmark?
Economic Development Commission has not met since our last meeting. Their next meeting will not be until September. We'll report back after that.
Thank you. Trustee Whitehead?
The Parks and Rec Commission has not met since our last meeting, but I have some updates from the department. The last day of camp was last week, Friday, August 7th. It was a really fantastic summer. Thank you to all the full-time staff and the counselors who made it possible. I know my family and families all across Brookfield really enjoyed having an affordable camp option all summer long. Construction continues on Ellard Park Field 1. This is phase 2 of the construction project that features a new storage unit and a press box behind home plate, among other improvements. We also have work continuing at Maple South Park. We're currently working on ordering the installation of several amenities, including a sidewalk entrance to the park, benches, picnic table, and a trash can. The sod has been installed and is currently being watered regularly to make sure it holds up over the warm summer temperatures. The good news is with the heavy rains, the drainage has been strong, and so the work and investment that we put into the grading and the earthwork has paid off already. We are still planning for an opening for that new park at Maple South next month in September. The next concert in the park is this Friday, the 14th of August. It's the Abbey K Band, a Midwestern rock band covering artists like Elle King, Janice Joplin, and Miranda Lambert. The next Music on Grand is Saturday, August 29th, headlined by 90s Pop Nation and opening acts The Redmonds and Chicago Rock House. So packed lineup for the next Music on Grand, August 29th. The Parks and Rec Foundation, of course, duck sales continue at the Farmers Market and other community events. I think we'll be at the car show, which was just mentioned, and is always a big sales day for us. Ducks are $5 each, and you can win up to $1,000 if your duck wins the race. If you buy 10 ducks for $50, you can get a free golden duck that can add to your prize money. Golden ducks are also available online, or you can talk to myself or Trustee Narimatsu, and thank you also to several other board members who are helping sell ducks throughout the summer. Of course, all proceeds from the duck race and all of the foundation's activities benefit local families in need looking to enroll in parks programming. Depending on their income level, families are eligible for discounts of up to 50% on park registration fees. And because of the success of the duck race and some of our other fundraising events, we have been able to build a significant balance and are looking to get the word out to eligible families to apply for scholarship funds. I know before and after school care, which is coming up for the school year, is a big popular need program for us. So please spread the word about the availability of these funds. The Parks and Rec Commission next meets Tuesday, August 18th at 6:30 p.m. here at Village Hall.
Thank you, Trustee Whitehead. Trustee Kaluzny?
The Conservation Commission met a couple weeks ago on July 28th. They are finishing up their plans for Meet the Creek on October 3rd and sent out some notes to meet with both the Parks and Rec staff as well as the Public Works staff to just iron out the details of that event. I believe they have a flyer completed, so you'll start seeing that advertised soon. They also I wanted to note that the Cross Community Climate Collaborative, or C4, just launched a new website. They have a bunch of cool resources for communities there, and so we're working through some of the resources there and with the staff liaison, Bob Uphughes, for that commission to find the things that are most relevant to residents here and update some of the sustainability resources on our website. And then we're also working with Public Works to coordinate a fall electronics recycling day, so I'll report back on that when that date is finalized. They next meet on August 25th at 6 p.m. Here in Village Hall. And then the Beautification Commission has not met since our last meeting. We have an item on the omnibus agenda about that later to this agenda. That ends my report.
Thank you, Trustee Kaluzny. The Solid Waste Agency and WCMC are still on their summer break. We have not had any full board meetings. There's an executive committee meeting coming up, which I will attend, and then we're back to regular meetings in September, so I'll update the board at that point. And nothing really with the zoo other than they just continue. They've had a very busy summer. It seems like they're having good attendance with some big holiday weekend crowds, as well as the concert series seems to be doing very well. So we're very glad they're doing well, and they're proceeding with their construction projects as part of their master plan. So, okay, that ends the reports of special committees. So at this point, I'd entertain a motion to pass the omnibus agenda.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by, and I need to note, I think the, let's see, it was the item 3 on the omnibus agenda, the ordinance that was in the packet. Is that the one that was not, Noah said there was confusion on that?
Correct, that wasn't the ordinance that you're passing.
Okay. The ordinance that we are passing tonight was based on the conversations and descriptions from the board. The ordinance that was in the packet is not the actual ordinance?
Correct.
Okay. No, I'm thinking, do we have it? Noah emailed me on this earlier today, but is there a copy of that ordinance? Or, because I don't know if the board's seen that now. Or is it just based on the fact the language of the ordinance that the board discussed is the ordinance that we're passing?
Yes, during the committee of the whole meeting, last meeting, we discussed placing the Beautification Commission in dormancy. That was the ordinance that was prepared. That is the ordinance title that is listed on your omnibus agenda. It's just the board did not receive a copy of that ordinance till today.
Okay. All right, any question? I'm sorry. So there's a motion and a second on the omnibus agenda. Any or can we have a roll call then?
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And I would just like to note for the record that one of the items on the omnibus agenda was the cancellation of the regularly scheduled August 24th board meeting. To give the board a summer break, there is, that next meeting of August 24th is canceled. There may be a need for a special board meeting to deal with a couple liquor license issues, but we will not be meeting 2 weeks from tonight on August 24th. Okay, moving on to the items we have under regular business, I'd entertain a motion to pass an ordinance to amend section 36-804 and 54-209 of the village code to align with the current state law.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Kaluzny, seconded by Trustee Narimatsu. We have a very detailed memo from Libby about this in terms of trying to update with the current state law in terms of our ability to, some of the remedies available in our administrative adjudication process. And these changes in the ordinances that are recommended are to align with the state law. Does anyone have questions or comments? I know Libby's here and we have the very detailed memo. Does anyone have any questions for Libby or comments? Okay, hearing none, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And then the last item we have under regular business, I'd entertain a motion to pass an ordinance imposing a fee for lift assists at nursing homes and assisted living facilities.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Narimatsu, second by Trustee Hendricks. This was discussed at previous committee of the whole meetings. We had a presentation from Matt Dubeck, our interim fire chief, and based on the new state law that allowed non-home rule communities to impose such a fee to recover some of these costs, staff and Chief Dubeck were making the recommendation that we pass this ordinance. Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, that ends the items we have under regular business. Tim, do you have anything in manager's report?
Yes, just a couple of quick items, President Garvey. We've spent the summer, excuse me, doing a lot of the preparatory work on Maple Avenue. Done sewer repairs. They just finished today, I believe, the sewer lining on right around the fountain. We've done water main replacement, fire hydrants, all in preparation for the real messy part of the job, and that's coming up starting next week. The complete road construction will take place with spot curb repairs starting next week, continuing through November. So this is on Maple Avenue from 31st to the railroad tracks. That's what I was going to say, Derek. Thank you very much. I was going to say Ogden. But. So please watch out for that. There'll be some lane configuration changes and so forth. Traffic will remain open in both directions throughout the duration of that project. Second of all, I'm going to echo Trustee Narimatsu, who's kind of stole my thunder on the GFOA budget award. Real quick, it's a real privilege to get that award. A lot of, including Brookfield, a lot of communities get the GFOA award for its comprehensive annual financial report. Not as many get the budget award. And this is now, I believe, the fourth year in a row we've gotten it. And it's a reflection on the village board and on staff that we're following the highest standards. That's the highest award you can get in government financial budgeting. And we work hard to maintain that. And Doug is the architect of he's not here tonight to hear my accolades, but while he's the architect of the budget process, it really is all departments and all department heads chip in, and it's a very collaborative process. It only comes as a result of the department heads' work, analysis, then ultimately up to the village board who ultimately approves the budget. So it's quite an accomplishment and one we're very proud of. That's it.
Thank you, Tim, and congratulations and thanks on behalf of the board. I mean, almost every decision we make counts on accurate financial reports and timely financial reports, so we do appreciate all the work of staff to make that happen. And just to echo about the Maple Avenue project, we've done everything we can to publicize it. We've done everything we can to warn people. I just ask people to exercise extreme caution and patience. Plan your trips, leave earlier. And please remember, unfortunately, this coincides with school getting back in, and there's several schools along the routes in the area, and it can be very challenging. So please show patience, obey the signs. Please don't use the adjacent side streets as quick bypasses and speedways. If you leave a little bit earlier and plan, things will work out, and it'll be nice when it's all done, so. And we'll provide regular updates as we have on the projects through social media, so. All right, thank you, Tim. That ends the items we have on the village board agenda, so it's 6:55 PM. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the village board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
The motion to adjourn was made by trustee Kaluzny, second by trustee Whitehead. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, the village board meeting's adjourned. It's 6:56 PM. We'll go into the committee of the whole meeting in just a few moments, please.